Hey, what up, 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 man? What's cracking, man? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's cracking? All right, everybody, get up in here. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this thing started, man. So there's a lot going on in hip-hop this weekend, man. You know, Memorial Day weekend, it tends to be a little busy, you know, as far as, like, crazy stuff happening. Like, even look at last year, for an example, man. You had the situation with the baby. You had a lot of things going on. But this week, it seems like Chicago played a big part in the news and the headlines coming out in the hip-hop world, right? Especially when you consider drill rap. Now, hopefully, everybody can hear me loud and clearly. And if you're in here right now, make sure you hit that like button. So let's get to it, man. Now, United Drills of America, what's up, man? What up, United Drills of America? Yo, shout out to you, man, for that last super chat. I remember that, man. I ain't forget. What up, Shakur? What up? That's from Dis and Vaughn. Oh, you guys going in already. We going there, huh? Witty Gang, what's up? 305, I see you. 305 in the house. What up? Yeah, we going to talk about the shooting. We going to get to it, man. Yeah, y'all run them likes up as y'all get in here, man. Because like I said, man, we're going to be talking about this FYB J Mane situation. Now, FYB J Mane, you might know from his interviews with Say Cheese, and he's pretty vocal on social media. He's actually a pretty funny dude, man. It's like he's got a comedy edge to him, to be real. But this weekend in Chicago, man, it seems like things were just going crazy, man. They had their worst weekend or worst holiday weekend since 2017. So you know, that's a lot, man. There was a lot going on, man. It's going crazy, man. Crazy. What is that? Bessemer in the house? What up, Bessemer? I'm going to keep the shout-outs relatively short, man, because I'll be listening to y'all. But while we in here, man, let me go ahead and shout y'all out. What up, Orlando? NYC in the building. Miami in the building. And go ahead, spam the chat, man. Make sure you shout out your city. Seattle, what's up? The 206. What up, 407? What up, 810 Flint, Michigan? I see Dallas, Texas. And I see Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in the house. Wichita, Kansas, the 316. And y'all talking about, oh, man, y'all going in. So I seen that a lot. A lot of that language. As far as YFB J, man. I gotta, sometimes all these what do you call it, abbreviations, you gotta get them right, man. But YFB J, man. His brother, man, and a lot of people from the YFB clique, man, it seems like they had an issue this weekend. What up, Atlanta? What up, Houston? What up, Vegas? I see you, Texas. What up, man? 317. Connecticut, Flint, Michigan. Y'all go ahead and run them likes up, man. We should have about 100 likes. Everybody stop what you're doing. Hit that like button so we can send out those alerts and we can get this thing going, man. But, man, on top of that, we also going to talk about this Hotboii situation. It looks like the state's attorney's trying to get Hotboii up out of here, man. Now, he's on bond, but it looks like, man, they trying to reverse that. They trying to revoke his bond out here, man. And then finally, we only going to touch on this a little bit, and that's that Young Thug situation. You know, what's coming up this week with Young Thug, and we should be getting some pretty big news on Thursday, you know what I mean? But other than that, let me shout out some more folks. What up, 501 Arkansas? I see you to 954 Broward. Chicago checking in always. Oakland checking in. 805 San Luis Obispo. I see you, Flint, Michigan. 801, you know what I'm saying? Or 810, excuse me. Let's see. Is FYB, yeah, man. Bruh, it's so many acronyms with so many different crews in the rap game, man. What's up? United Drills of America, from the Bay to the A. I hear you. That's all across America. That's across the whole country. North Carolina, what's up? Haiti in the house to 509. What's up, Haiti? What's up, 813 Tampa, Florida? What up? I see you. All right, y'all do me a solid one. Everybody run up them likes right now, and we going to get into this, man. We gonna get it started already, man. So in order for us to get things started, man, let's keep it official, like a ref with a whistle, and you know what I mean. Okay, what up? What's cracking, man? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get to this live. All right. So right now, the first thing we're going to talk about FYB J Mane, right? Then we're going to talk about Hotboii, and we'll finally end up by talking about some YSL, YFN stuff. You know what I mean? Specifically YSL, specifically Young Thug, right? Now, hopefully everybody can hear me loud and clearly. Let me know in the chat if you can't. Now, with that, let's talk about FYB J Mane. Now, FYB J Mane is a rapper who's closely affiliated with FBG Duck, right? Like, he was one of the people who, his crew and FBG Duck's crew are closely aligned. And for those of you who know, you know what I mean. Like, as far as street stuff goes, like, they got an alliance type deal. You can see them in pictures together and stuff like that. Cool, known each other all their lives. Like, really, really down for each other, right? And FYB J Mane, I'm going to just say J Mane, so I ain't got to spell it out. J Mane, what he's done is, he's gone on his own and, you know, started doing interviews and talking on social media and gaining a lot of attention outside of, you know, his affiliation to FBG Duck. Now, FBG Duck had passed on, and J Mane and several others from that side have been talking on his behalf and on behalf of the people who they're down with. He famously went to Say Cheese recently and did a series of interviews where he talked about a lot of controversial issues in Chicago's drill rap scene, right? He discussed the release of King Lil J. He also talked about a lot of things that were going on as far as street stuff and, you know, how things get convoluted within the rap game when it comes to, like, real street things, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of that has proved to be true. Now, what he couldn't have been expecting is what a lot of people were already bracing for this weekend, which was a crazy, and some would even say horrible, Memorial Day weekend in the city of Chicago, which ended up having over 50 shootings, over 50 people shot, multiple shootings, you know, of that number, and several people losing their life. Now, what's even crazier is for FYB J Mane, it seems like this came close to home because one of the people who lost his life, was allegedly his brother. Now, he's gone to social media and posted about this and talked about it, but it didn't end there. There are also rumors of other people in this clique losing their life. And, you know, there are people who are rappers as well and also have their names start off with that FYB. So you had FYB Trigger Man, another guy by the FYB Monte, and it seems like it's just a never-ending cycle, you know, of people close to him who ended up getting hurt, specifically this weekend. So I don't know what was going on with his crew, but he wanted to take to social media and talk about that. So let's actually look at the very first post, and let me see. And that's just a picture of FYB J Mane. Let's actually look at the very first post he posted on social media. So he was using Facebook and he was using Instagram to get his words out there because, you know, the rumors were already going. It was already trending as a story. And he wanted to make sure that he got his side out there, right? So he said this first off. He said, ain't no in between. Well, excuse me. This is a post that he had posted, ironically, before the weekend even started, right? So it said, ain't no in between. All you cats finna have to pick a side real soon. So, you know, I don't know if he was being prophetic or he was looking into the future and didn't know things would turn out like this. But several days before the weekend, he had posted that hey, ain't gonna be no in-betweens. Cats are gonna have to pick sides. Now, what's crazy is, I don't know if he saw what was coming, but obviously he didn't because he probably, you know, not just because he posted that something bad would happen. It's just crazy that he posted that and then several days later, you hear about all this drama within his own crew. Now, his next post, he said this. It said, sick as, you know, and just basically showing a broken heart emoji and a prayer emoji. Now, a lot of people were wondering what this had to do with. Now, we come to find out it had to do with his brother, or somebody they're saying is allegedly his brother, another guy by the name of FYB DJ. Now, FYB DJ was allegedly gunned down this weekend, and according to some of the rumors out there, had took out somebody else who was trying to shoot him as well, man. Like, it was a lot going on as far as this crew. I'm going to keep it real, and there's a lot of rumors online right now. But according to a lot of the sources, and even according to FYB J Mane himself, you know, DJ had lost his life. Like, he went to social media to post it, and he followed that up with this post right here. Let me show you guys right right here. And you see at the top, he said this. You know, we just had that talk with a broken heart emoji. He said, I never wanted to post no stuff like this. Rest in peace, rest in heaven, broski. Love you, gangster. You know what I mean? And then he added FYB DJ. So that was his ad. So he added him in the post as well, man. And that would kind of confirmed it for a lot of people who are closely watching the situation that FYB DJ had lost his life as well. Now, what's crazy is they were having like a vigil or like a memorial for FYB DJ. And you had another guy by the name of FYB Trigger who took to social media and was talking about the situation, right? He had several videos where he was talking about it. And I want you guys to see a picture of this guy right here. And he's a rapper as well. You know, most of these guys are rappers. They have videos out. You know, they're doing fairly decent numbers and stuff like that. But FYB Trigger, he was kind of sending his condolences and, you know, just letting people know that they was really feeling this one. You know, that FYB DJ got shot and killed. You know what I mean? And then the news came out that FYB Trigger also was shot. Now, what's crazy is it didn't end there, right? And what I want to do is let's go ahead and play this news clip of the FYB Trigger situation. So let's bring that up, man, so you guys can see. And this is from social media, but somebody is associating this story
right now
with FYB Trigger losing his life. So let's check this out.
We can confirm that 25-year-old who was shot, he did not survive. Right now, police are searching for the shooter. We also expect to hear from Police Superintendent David Brown later this afternoon. We're live outside CPD headquarters in Gotti. We can confirm that 25.
Okay, so you heard there that they can confirm that a 25-year-old man had lost his life. Now, as you see in this post right here, they're basically putting it out there that they believe that it's FYB Trigger and he was the one that was shot and killed. You know what I mean? And in a second, we're going to look at a post from FYB J Mane where he kind of confirms that as well. But let's listen to the rest of this news story. So let me continue this. And my bad, neglecting the chat. Y'all don't neglect that like button. And let me know if you can't hear the audio. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys can hear this, or what she's saying.
We can confirm that 25-year-old who was shot, he did not.
5-year-old man is dead and 2 people are in the hospital after a shooting in the Burnside neighborhood last night. One of several shootings during what turned out to be a violent Memorial Day weekend in Chicago.
CBS 2's Mugo Digwe now joins us live from Chicago Police Headquarters at 35th and Michigan to tell us about the latest in the investigation. Good morning, Mugo.
Good morning, Ryan and Audrina. So unfortunately, this is something you typically expect during a Memorial Day weekend in Chicago, especially one with the great weather we saw yesterday. In all, at least 50 people were shot in Chicago this holiday weekend, and that includes the victims in this recent case from last night. Take a look at some video here. You can see several shell casings on the ground. This is near Kenwood and 93rd Street. Police say the 3 victims are in their 20s. They were standing near the sidewalk when they were shot. Ironically, we've learned the shooting happened during what was supposed to be a memorial for.
5-year-old man is dead and 2 people are in the hospital.
Now, as you heard in that small snippet from the news clip, they said this happened in what was supposed to be a memorial for somebody. Now, rumor is the memorial was for FYB DJ, and you can see videos out there of FYB Trigger actually out there, you know, going to the memorial and stuff like that and saying his condolences and whatnot on social media. So let's continue.
Yeah, we all here for my big brother. On my daughter, we all here for my big brother. We ain't trying to talk. Oh, right. We gonna get it crack. We gonna walk a nigga down straight jack. Yeah, we all here for my big brother.
Now, as you heard in that clip, right? You heard him basically say, you know, and that was FYB Trigger. And basically he was walking outside and he was just trying to say that he was out there in support of FYB DJ. You know what I mean? And you saw him right there. And what's crazy is you go from that situation to him actually being involved or locked up in a shooting.
Man is dead and 2 people are in the
hospital. Or actually being involved in the shooting, or being a victim of the shooting, I should say. Which is crazy, man. It's crazy to even think of that, man.
5-year-old
So
man
let's
is dead and
actually
2 people are in the
move on
hospital.
to that post that I just took it off of. I want you guys to see a better version of that. But as you heard, man, you know, they had, well, based on that was posted on social media, it's believed that was FYB Trigger, right? So you had FYB J Mane go to social media and also say this. Right here. Let me bring it up. On IG. And here's a better version. There you go. So you had him post this. He added FYB Trigger, and it says, condolences to your family. This has been an ugly week for us. Pray for all the FYBs. So letting it be known that, man, they took some losses this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people throughout their clique ended up getting shot or killed this week. And, you know, it's been terrible. And he's just sending his condolences to Homeboy. And that basically confirmed it for everybody who was being talked about in that news article and who was actually shot outside of the memorial for FYB DJ. So he lost a good friend, and he lost one of his brothers in the same week. And it didn't end there. He actually put more posts on his story after that. And here's one specifically where he shouted out another guy by the name of FYB Monte. And he said, hard body, you know that, get well soon. Now, I'm not sure if he ended up getting shot as well, or if he was just telling them to get well soon because he was sick or something like that. But it just all seems to line up to, you know, to look like he was actually in the shooting as well. So I don't know, man. It seemed like if I was a part of that crew, I'd be like,
2 people are in the hospital.
I'd be like, man, what's going on? What we doing out here, bruh? You know, this is kind of crazy, bruh. But it didn't end there. So he put out another post. And in this post, you see he tagged FYB Didi or something like that and said, get well. And then said FYB DJ, which is allegedly his brother, right? And he said, rest in heaven. So crazy, man. I mean, I know Chicago drill rappers, they go through a lot. I know living that life is taxing. You know what I'm saying? And anything is possible. But to lose all those people within a week, or all those people to get shot within a week, that's some kind of record, man. That is crazy. I had never heard of that. I'm going to be real. And I be watching these, like, usually it's one person and maybe another person gets shot later on down the line, maybe a week, month later or something like that. But all within the same 7 days, or within the same 4 or 5 days, you know, a long weekend or whatever, that is crazy, man. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's why I was like, man, let's actually look at this story and see what in the world's going on. Oh, man, what's up, y'all? Y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Run them likes up, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, and I'm trying to check the comments, but, you know, I want to keep rocking with this, man. So as far as Chicago is concerned, you know what I mean? And what makes this even more alarming is the rise in the violent shootings this weekend. So here's a headline from the Chicago Sun-Times where it says that 51 people shot over Memorial Day weekend in Chicago, the most violent in 5 years, man. So for some reason, I guess the news lady, she said it was due to the weather being nice and more people being out. But man, let's listen to a little bit of this news story and talk about it. Now it says Chicago experienced its most violent Memorial Day weekend in 5 years. 9 people were killed, 42 were wounded, despite stepped up police patrols and a focus on neighborhood programs that the city officials hoped would provide peaceful alternatives. About half of those shot were on the west side, most of them in a single police district. The 11th, where there were 2 mass shootings on Sunday. On the south side, at least 23 people were shot, and downtown there has been a spike in shootings all year. 4 people were hit by gunfire. Downtown as well, man. That's crazy. Now, the weekend was the most violent since 2017, when 7 people were killed and 45 people were wounded, according to Chicago police data. The year before, 69 people had been shot over the long holiday weekend, man. This past weekend's toll is sharply higher than last year, when 3 people were killed and 34 others were wounded. So that's crazy. Like, that would be a crazy weekend in anywhere, like where 3 people are shot and killed and 34 are wounded. But for Chicago, you know, they basically saying like that weekend was, you know, it wasn't good, but it was better than anything they could have anticipated. Now, the Chicago Police Department had canceled days off over the weekend, but Police Superintendent David Brown was vague last Friday about the numbers of additional police officers assigned to work. He would only say that safety plan included foot, bike, and roving patrols, traffic safety, DUI saturations, and carjacking task force missions, and gang and gun organized retail theft investigations. So it seems like they tried to plan as best as they could for the situation that took place this weekend in Chicago, but it still didn't, it didn't help. Now, what's another crazy thing is you think about this. Think about this. So if there are 9 people who were killed, right? And FYB J Mane knows what, like 3 of them, or two at the least and 3 at the most. From this weekend, that's like a third of the people who were killed are from his clique. That's horrible, man. That is, I don't even know what to say about that, because I don't want to make fun of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's eye opening, to be real with you. I don't know what they got going on, but man, for FYB J Mane, if he wants his, really take rap serious and continue his online personality stuff, because it's kind of funny. If you look at his page, he's a funny dude, man. He's got a lot of funny posts that he puts out there. I mean, he could be a comedian if he wanted to, you know what I mean? But man, no matter what, he's gonna have to. I don't know, man. Yeah, something like this is unpredictable, so it's hard to give any type of advice, and I probably wouldn't be the best one to do it. But man, keep your head down and keep your head up too. That's what I would say. All right, man. All right. So man, let's move on to our next story. Let's see, man. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, run them likes up, man. Run them likes up, man. Let's go. All right, so let's move on to our next story, man. And let's talk about Hotboii. Now, some of you might be wondering, Hotboii sounds familiar. Hotboii is probably one of the hottest artists coming out of Florida, man. He comes from Orlando, Florida. Certified, you know what I'm saying, as far as making hits that, the Florida, man, pretty much the South loves, man. But he was in this highly publicized RICO case, man. Now, the RICO case was brought into action by a thing called Operation X-Force. So I should say an operation called Operation X-Force. Now, in Operation X-Force, they had Hotboii and several others, you know what I'm saying? Several other people who were indicted. One of those other people who were indicted being a rapper by the name of Glock 9. Now, Glock 9 is allegedly associated with a group called the Army, and Hotboii is allegedly associated with a group called 438. Now, I said alleged because I don't know this for a fact, but during Operation X-Force, they had this thing right here that pretty much aligned everybody to whatever group that they said they were associated with. And it showed if people were on the run, they were at large. At the time, you could see when this was made, Hotboii was at large. And these were most of the people in the RICO indictment that were brought down by Operation X-Force, right? And as far as Hotboii is concerned, it's been weird, man, because there was a point there where Hotboii, he was on the run, according to a lot of sources out there. People were like, what's up with Hotboii? Is he going to turn himself in? And when he eventually turned himself in, he had to get arrested like regular. And his bond amount was set at a whopping $750,000. So let's take a look at that, man. Let's look at that real quick. And what we got going on here? Property. There you go. All right, so let's look at the video of when Hotboii got arrested.
For a wanted gang member on the run since last month is now in jail. Rapper Javari Walker is charged as part of Orange County's gang crackdown. Walker and other accused gang members were arrested under the state RICO Act, which lets prosecutors target criminal organizations. Documents show one of Walker's gang rivals, Jaquavia Smith, has taken a plea deal and faces up to 32 years in prison.
Now, in that news story, you heard them say Hotboii had to turn himself in or whatnot. And you saw they even posted a picture of Glock 9 as well, man. And let it be known that, he was their actual ops. You know what I'm saying? That I hate to even say it like that, but let's keep it real. Hotboii and Glock 9, they don't rock with each other. You know what I mean? Hotboii and Glock 9, their cliques are actually at odds, according to a lot of the sources out there, right? So let's actually look at the charges that Hotboii was brought on before we look at this new motion, which seems to try to get Hotboii locked back up in jail. So when Hotboii got locked up, let's actually bring up his charges right here. All right. Now, as you can see, hopefully you guys can see that, man. If you can't, let me know. But as you can see, his charge was a RICO charge. And if you look at the bond amount and combine them both, he got a combined bond amount of $750,000. Now, what's crazy is Hotboii posted the bond. I don't know if this is exact, but in most states, it's like 10% you put up, right? So $75,000, I'm sure for Hotboii, he's doing a lot of shows. It was nothing to post that bond to get out, right? The only caveat is he still has to obey all the restrictions placed on him by that bond. So if there's a bond agreement and he can't be doing certain things, he can't be out doing other things, he can't get caught or be involved in any type of other arrests and stuff like that, right? Whatever the stipulations that he signed up for, usually you don't find that out until somebody breaks him. You know what I mean? Exactly what it was. So obviously, there's something that's got prosecutors wanting to send Hotboii right back to jail. So let's actually look at what's going on as far as Hotboii in this new motion. So there was a new motion that was added to his case. And here it goes right here. Now that might be a little small, so I'm gonna read it out for you guys, man. You know what I mean? And that way you guys can ride with me, man. Because it seems like the DA and the prosecutors in this situation hating on Hotboii, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. But you know, they basically saying he didn't stick to the bond conditions, so it is what it is. Now, if you look, it says this. It says, comes now the state of Florida by through the undersigned assistant statewide prosecutor pursuant to the Florida whatever Florida statute section 903.04. You guys don't care about that. And it says submits this motion to revoke bond and in support thereof would show as follows. So this is them making their claim for why, you know, the bond should be revoked. Now it says in this article number 1, or this item number 1, says the defendant was arrested in Orange County Court, case number 2021 CF 7334 for RICO and conspiracy to commit RICO, eventually consolidated into the above captioned case. So they're saying that he was caught up in the RICO case and it was eventually, you know, consolidated into that one case that you see at the case number on top, right? Then it goes on to say in item number 2, at initial appearance, Judge Bain ordered the defendant comply with special conditions of release to include to not possess any substances, you know what I mean, or any condition, and not to possess or consume any illegal or controlled substances without a valid prescription. See Exhibit A. So there was an Exhibit A that's not attached to this, I believe. Let's see. No, I don't believe it was attached. But they said see Exhibit A, right? Then it says in item number 3, on May 22nd, which is only a few days ago. So they're saying he broke these rules a few days ago. So May 22nd, 2022, the defendant was an occupant of a vehicle which contained several, as well as and admittedly purchased on the street, see Exhibit B. So they're saying that there was something that was found in the vehicle that, you know, they didn't want to explain, but it was one of the articles or one of the things that he had to stay away from. Now, in this item number 4, it says, following receipt of the Florida Highway Patrol report, the undersigned learned that the defendant had been arrested on January 27, 2022 for carrying a concealed firearm, use or display of a firearm with committing a felony and possession with intent to sell, delivered while armed. So basically, he was caught with some sort of substances or something like that, something that's illegal he shouldn't have, while he was out on bond. And they didn't realize it until his arrest on May 22nd that he had already previously been arrested on January 27th while on bond. So he was kind of almost skating the system, and then according to this. And then he got arrested again, and they found out he wasn't even supposed to have a weapon on him at that time either. So, man, it's looking like, if you ask me, this is looking like he was already skating on thin ice. You would think like, all right, man, you don't have a bag holder or something, bruh. With this, it looks like, man, Hotboii, he probably going back to jail. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. It probably only take the judge a second to look over this and then see the fact that he's allegedly been arrested twice, 2 times since being out on bond. God, he's probably going to go back to jail, man. And have to sit out and wait for that RICO case. Because in Florida, man, they don't be playing, man. They do not play. You saw how they did Pooh Shiesty. And Pooh Shiesty was in a similar situation. Remember that. Pooh Shiesty was already out on bond for the Bay Harbor Island shooting that he was allegedly involved in, right? Then he got arrested for the shooting at King of Diamonds, man. And I think that was like Memorial Day weekend last year, right? So it's looking bad for Hotboii in this situation. So hopefully he was saving up them ducats, man. You know what I mean? Oh, man, my bad. What up, All Gas, No Brakes? I see you. Yo, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, run them likes up. We should be at about 500 likes, y'all. Yeah, man, this is crazy. You know, man, I'm just going into the chat a little bit. But what do y'all think the odds are that Hotboii can actually beat this, man? Or it will be able to still stay out on bond? I mean, it seems pretty slim because they're listed 2 times here, like I said. And hopefully, let's see if you guys see that. You guys can see that second part down there at the bottom where they talk about the January 27th arrest, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, my opinion is it's not looking good for Hotboii, and this is breaking news like no other, man, because pretty soon we might be seeing Hotboii have to turn himself back in, man. And that's going to hurt his case because now he can't be out here doing shows, building up his bag so he can have more money to fight his RICO case. So, and what he's looking at is a state RICO case, and Glock 9 is also, like you heard in that news story, still got his RICO case hanging over his head, but he's got so many other shooting cases that he had to consolidate them all, I think, when he did a plea agreement a couple of months ago, and he ended up getting, I think, like 5 years or something like that. So, but he still got to, you know, and he was looking at a possible 30, and now he's still got to fight this RICO situation. So, for both of them, regardless, man, I know they're on opposite sides of the spectrum and they don't see eye to eye, but man, they might need to let cooler heads prevail because I know it's easier said than done. They got real world beef out there. So having a weapon on you is better than not being caught without it. I get that logic, but man, something got to give, man, especially when there's money to be made. You know what I mean? All right, man. So I'm going to leave it there with Hotboii. Crazy, man. Crazy story, man. And we're going to talk about our last topic, man. The last thing I want to discuss, man. And the last thing I want to discuss is YSL, man. I want to talk about YSL. And when I say YSL, I want to talk about Young Thug. You know what I mean? So this YSL versus, and let me take that down. Hotboii. So this YSL and YFN situation, it's getting interesting, man. Now you got this one guy who's like a community activist and he works for the local news there in Atlanta, and he's doing a series of interviews with, or there's a series of interviews that are running on Vlad's platform, and I'm listening to that stuff, and it's most of the stuff you can learn from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution if you read it, or any of the news stories that came out from the local news. Now, something we've all been wondering about is Young Thug's possibility for getting bond. Now, as you guys probably know and remember, Young Thug got arrested in a raid and ended up getting locked up, man, as a part of YSL allegedly. He's allegedly not even part of YSL. He's being named even in the RICO indictment as the leader of YSL. So it's not looking good for Young Thug on that aspect, right? But potentially he has the possibility to get bond this week. So he's going to be in court Thursday. Now, when he's in court Thursday, the judge is going to look at everything that they've seen so far and decide if they're going to give him bond. Now, it seems like in these bond hearings, especially when it's a RICO case, it behooves the state or the feds or whoever is who's enacting the RICO, right, to lead a person who could potentially make money in jail to not get bond. Now, I am not wishing that on Young Thug. Knock on wood. I hope he get bond. I hope he didn't do none of this. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be surprised that if on Thursday, Young Thug does not get bond, bruh. Because we seen Gunna is in this case as loosely as possible. He's been roped into this case. Let's keep it real, man. All that stuff that they put Gunna in, like even the 2017 case that they put in the RICO, Gunna was just a passenger in the car. You know what I'm saying? So the whole Gunna thing, I say this all the time. It behooves me, man. But with Young Thug being listed as a leader or the leader and originator of YSL in the indictment, I don't know. His chances of getting bond, man, I doubt it, dog. I doubt it. I don't want to wish that on him, but that's just how it's looking on my end. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a possibility. And maybe y'all see it otherwise, but that's how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? But we could be surprised. So on Thursday, be expecting some big news in regards to the YSL RICO case. Now, that's the topics that I wanted to discuss today, man. Only things I wanted to talk about. A lot of big news was coming out of the weekend, and I was hoping that everybody was, man, having a good time, man, and at least clued into what was happening in the rap world. But with that, man, this been your boy Big Man, and man, let me do a little shout out before I get up out of here. Who we got in the house? All right, y'all not putting your cities in the chat, but it's all good, man. Yo, but do me a favor, man. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. That's really important. And also, man, I have the possibility for memberships. So if you want to sign up for memberships and get exclusive content that other people can't get, hit that join button. And, you know, it's just like a couple of dollars each month. And, you know what I mean? You'll be able to get things that other people can't. And I'll be able to use some language that I usually don't use on my normal platform, if you dig me. You know what I mean? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah. And shout out to everybody that showed up today. And shout out to everybody that showed up in the chat. And we back rocking and rolling, man. Like we ain't never left. And we out of here. Peace.